Hello, Void. How are you guys doing? I am doing better, I guess. Today was a slow day. So, I've been thinking recently about my YouTube video that I posted yesterday, and I want to try and do this more often because it's quite therapeutic. I do find it enjoyable, um, and it's been also like very good motivation for me to start sketching even more, because now I have this motivation to sketch more than I used to. So you probably noticed that I already have something going on here, a little art piece, and that's because I realized that my video was far too long. The previous video was almost 20 minutes in length, and being a new YouTube and everything, I really doubt I'm gonna keep your attention long enough with a video of just me talking about all types of random stuff and then expecting you to actually watch that the whole way through. So I've elected to make my videos shorter. Firstly, this creates less work for me, but it also serves as some motivation for me to try and complete my sketches sooner, because even yesterday with the 20-minute video I never completed that sketch. It wasn't finished. I had to finish it afterwards, before I posted it. So that was quite I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'm just trying to get this done sooner so that we might have something cool to look at by the end of this. I got my first subscriber too yesterday, which I'm quite happy about, although it's a colleague and a friend of mine. But kudos to him for supporting me. So thank you, generous soul. You know who you are if you're watching it. Well, he's probably going to be mad at me when he does see this. But anyway, that's if he watches. If he doesn't, I won't blame him one bit. If he has if it was just like yeah, I'll do you a solid and I'll watch your YouTube video and whatnot. So, oh my goodness, I'm just not getting this color right. But yeah, so I'm really struggling to wonder, like, okay, how can I make this more successful? Of course, I'm very impatient. So I was thinking that how can I cause my channel to grow even more? And although patience would be the key virtue, I did consider like maybe if I did specific content, like look at what other YouTubers have been doing and maybe imitate that, because that's what we as people tend to do. We think that through imitation we will achieve similar results, which is not the case. As sad as it is, like, I actually wish more people would realize that through imitation alone you cannot achieve what you necessarily want to achieve. You know, like you get some of these millionaires that have like these guides like on how to get rich quick and all of that, and the things they have done. People try to imitate this. People try to because they think that, okay, maybe if I try this, I'll get similar results, which is not the case, because people neglect to consider that, alright, but what opportunities that those people have that you don't have? What opportunities do you have which might be able to benefit you in other ways which they didn't have? These are all things that we should consider in our day-to-day when we want to strive to do something, and it's hard. It's hard because we don't often want to accept the fact that maybe we're just not cut out for it, or we need to do our own thing. So in that regard, I would like to continue doing what I'm doing, just like talking and sketching, talking about random stuff that's on my mind, stuff that I care about, and then hopefully somebody out there might find interest in it, because that's what a lot of YouTubers have done. They just did what they loved. They just did things that they had fun with, that they enjoyed, which is all that really matters, because your audience will find you. And it sucks, and I don't want to admit it, but this is something that's going to take time. Even the biggest of YouTubers didn't become major successes overnight. It took time. Even if you have influencers or you have other YouTubers supporting you, their influence and their help can only take you so far. And oh my goodness, that hand looks atrocious. If you haven't noticed, I do not know how to draw hands. I'm still quite new to it. I still have a lot to learn in terms of my fundamentals, but hey, this is intended to be fun and for me to get some experience. Okay, we're ready in 5 minutes. I think we've made some progress. I was already 5 minutes in before I started recording the video. Now on my subject matter, so I like to depict strange or unconventional things. Like, I like making people uncomfortable. If you know me in person, you'll know that I can be very cringy, which might not seem the case, but yes, I'm a very cringy person, like painfully cringy, but luckily the people that I've surrounded myself with adore me for it. So the person you might gather from the way I speak and the things that I like to talk about might give a false impression, but or might be a little bit misleading if you consider what I'm trying. And this is not that bad as far as spooky art goes. This isn't that bad. So I do like to do unconventional things as well. Although I'm a little scared. Like, there are things that I would much rather draw. Like, I'm really fascinated by protest art, or very almost controversial art. You know, like it's not something. It tends to cause a bit of a stir. You know, it's not something a lot of people would approve. Oh, there's supposed to be another bone here. How am I gonna do this? This foreshortening is impossible. So I would like to do more controversial things, because that tends to stand out, you know, that tends to draw one's attention when you do controversial things. But I also have a life, and with controversy often comes a lot of infamy, and infamy is something I don't have the stomach for. I'm a bit of a coward, I'm not scared to admit it, but I'd much rather just do a few things, keep the meaning of it to myself, knowing that it might be a little bit controversial, and enjoy the process of making it, you know. So this might seem like there is a meaning behind this. This is an idea that I had earlier today based on some of the events that are going on in my country regarding lockdown and the whole COVID thing. So this does mean something to me, although I think my opinions aren't always very popular, hence why I've been told once or twice not to speak about politics. But politics is such an intriguing topic, and there's so much to dissect. In some cases I'm a little bit jealous of journalists, because they get to explore this almost every single day, although they do also get exposed to far darker things that I would be fortunate enough not to see. So like, maybe I shouldn't be jealous of journalists, because their jobs aren't easy either. So yeah, oh my goodness, this hand just looks terrible. What am I gonna do? Let's make it a bit lighter, and then yeah. So I'm also trying something else, like drawing cloth. I've never experimented or studied cloth, or how to draw cloth. That is something that I have little to no experience with. I do have some basic understanding of lighting and how light works, but other than that, I'm a noob. Just a noob with plenty of hours. There's still a lot that I need to learn. So the hard thing about cloth, or in my opinion at least, would be the folds. Getting those folds correct, and especially with the shading, like how you would shade this appropriately and then just have it happen naturally. Like, of course I know what cloth looks like, but imitating what I know my brain cloth looks like and transferring that to this is something that I have yet to learn, something that I have little to no experience with. So also hands, like I'm pretty sure I've already messed up this hand quite a bit. So let's add a knuckle there and his thumb there with the joints, and then there should probably be a shadow in there, and because this is a little thing, just clean it up there. So yeah, I'm not as talkative right now because I'm trying to focus. Of course, I'm sure that as I sketch more and talk more, I'll eventually and gradually become more fluent in being able to sketch while maintaining a conversation with myself. Multitasking, if you would. So yeah, this should be quite dark at the bottom. Let's make that a little smaller to have that shadows. Yeah, that looks like a nest. It looks terrible, but it's okay. We're just here to have fun and draw something that looks kinda cool. Like his nose is a little bit wonky. I obviously need to revisit skulls again. My skulls are not anatomically correct, which is something that I am a little bit, I guess you could say, a perfectionist. Okay, maybe perfectionist is a strong word, but I appreciate accuracy. Let's put it like that. I like doing things accurately. I really am fascinated by realism, or I think the correct term would be naturalism. So drawing or creating art that reflects the world almost perfectly, if I'm not mixing it up with anything else. And that's something that I've always been fascinated by, like the ability to replicate what you see almost flawlessly to a piece of paper or to a piece of art or something like that. That's something that's always fascinated me. Let's give a little shadow for his brow, because that nose bone, navel bone, no, not a navel bone, that bone is slightly sunken. But yeah, I definitely need to go revisit my skull anatomy a bit. I have a little bit of sharpening up that I need to. Oh, that's way too dark. Let's just lighten it up a bit. Give him some minor highlights. How much time do we have left? Okay, we have 2 minutes left. So, well, all in all, I think for a 20-minute sketch, this is not too bad, I guess. But either who, I should probably start concluding this video. I'm just going to add a few more details. But if you're new to this channel, thank you for watching, for taking the time to watch. I'm going to try and do this every day. I might not. I'm not making any promises. I might not be able to do this every day, but I would like to, because that'll really help me improve my art. Having tried to sketch something every day, it's going to be very challenging. So yeah, you could maybe look forward to seeing something new here every day. I have a lot of things that I would like to discuss, things that I would like to explore. So yes, please consider subscribing if you're interested in this. I hope my voice isn't too boring, and that maybe you'll learn something from seeing what I do, or rather what I'm doing wrong, and teaching yourself not to do what I'm doing. So either way, if you're just here for the conversation, or here for the sketch, or just to listen to my dull and boring voice because you're using it as part of your sleep playlist, either or, thank you for your time. And yes, bless the void, bless the darkness, and bless you, I guess. Anyway, this has been Brandauer, and thank you for watching.